Hey friends, it's me Stace. Welcome back to another Friday PIP, which is our Pinterest inspired project, and today we're making this adorable little box. How cute is that? Alright, so to get started, you will need a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5. On the 8.5 inch side, you want to score this at 2, 4, 6, and 8. On the 5.5 inch side, you want to score it at 1.5, 3.5, and 4.5. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fold on all those score marks and crease really well. I said before, when you're making boxes, it's important to have a nice crisp edge on the crease marks. Okay, now I'm going to get my scissors and do some cutting. Alright, so you see on this one, we have these larger boxes and we have this small 1/2 inch one. We're going to go ahead and cut that bottom piece out, and then the two on this side. And I'll show you that so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of that. All right, now we're going to cut up on the bottom one. We have these two score marks here. Just go ahead and cut all the way up. This is the top of the box. Okay, flip it over and cut up on this side as well. This is the bottom. Okay, now we need to figure out the front of our box. See how we have the top here? So these are going to form the top of the box. So what I do is I fold it and I put the score mark or the flat piece where it's going to be attached in the back. So I want this to be my top and this is my sides. Okay, so you can see that. So just fold the box, put your finger there where the flap is, where you're going to have the glue, and I'm going to flip it over and this will be the front. So I'm going to keep these two flaps and cut these two. Okay, so the other ones I'm going to keep. So this one, the one we're going to cut, just cut along that first score mark. Show you that what that looks like. So it looks like that. Okay. All right, now we're going to attach our paper. So I'm using you need 4 pieces. They all measure 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. You'll need 4 pieces that measure 3/4 of an inch by 1 3/4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to round up my edges, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just going to take our glue. And I'm using art glitter glue. We're going to put our panels on. And the paper is, this is a Paper Tray Ink Spring Rain color cardstock. It's one of my favorite colors they have. And the paper is also from Paper Tray Ink. I'm not sure of the exact name of it. I'll have the name of it on my blog, which I always have linked below. Our last one here for the sides. Now, if you don't want to round the corners of the box, let me show you what that's going to look like when if it's not rounded. It'll look like that. Okay, just being straight. I like the rounded edge better, so I'm going to round my corners. And I'm using the We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. And I had this on my favorites video. Alright, so I'm going to take 2 of these pieces because they're going to go here. I'm going to take 2 of them and round those corners as well. And I'm using a 1/4 inch side on this. Alright. Here's a really cute little box, and I love the size of it. So it's about 2 by 2. Perfect size for classrooms I find when my little ones were in school and we had to bring in treats, the smaller the container, the smaller the treats, or the smaller amount of treats. And this is a fun one. You can make 2 boxes out of 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Alright, so the one with the rounded corners is going to go there, and then the other one's going to go there. Okay, now I'm going to grab my ATG and just put some adhesive on the side. You do want to use a strong adhesive. I'm just using that to show you. Just going to lay that down and bring this one over. It should meet up. I'm all tangled. Okay, now we have the bottom of the box. So we have the 4 flaps. I'm going to put 1 flap down and put glue on it. I'm going to bring this side over, and then the other side. Actually, I'm going to put some glue on this piece of the flap. Just make sure you keep that squared, and then this whole flap. It's glue as well. You just go in there and just push on it. Okay, so now you're going to fold these over, and then fold these down, and that creates the box, right? How super cute. I made a little template so I'm able to cut out my circles, and I'm using my Big Bite. Do the other side. Okay. All right, now we have the greeting. For that, I have a piece of the Spring Rain cardstock. This is 1.5 by 1.5. A piece of white. That is 1.25 by 1.25. I'm using the Spring Rain ink, and the stamps that I'm using is from BB Craft. It is butterflies and words. I'm using the one here that says Happy Birthday. And I'm going to stamp it on an angle. Just like that. Super cute. Alright, let's bring our box back over. Let's go ahead and adhere our blue piece down. And then I'm going to pop up the white piece. I'm going to use 4. Okay. Give them a squish. Take the backing off. And I have a card kit as well, and I'm going to explain the card kit in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. Okay, now I need some string. I'm actually using yarn. It's funny, when I seen the box, I knew I wanted to make it, and I went and seen what color yarn I had, and that's how I chose the colors. I'm not even sure. I got this at Dollar Tree, this yarn. It crochets pretty nicely though. It's acrylic, so it's a bit softer than cotton yarn. And I do have it doubled up. But I thought it matched the cardstock really, really well. Of course, you can just use white. And I said before, whenever I'm using twine, I like using yarn instead, because yarn is much cheaper and it comes in so many colors. And if you have a white twine, you can take a Sharpie marker and make your own color twine. There we go, I got them both. Okay. Just tie a little bow. That's always the hardest part for me. Okay, now just pull the tails to make the loops a little bit smaller. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut them off. Isn't that cute? Alright, so there's the box. Let me show you the card kit. Alright, so I gave you the Spring Rain cardstock that is scored and not cut. Then I gave you Melonberry cardstock as well. This is also paper tray ink. This one is scored, not cut, but I did round the corners on it in case you don't have a corner rounder and you like the rounded corner look. I do think I do like the rounded corners. So I gave you the blue yarn and all the pieces you would need for the spring rain, and none of this is rounded. So your strips here, just gonna be straight. Then in the melonberry, I gave you the same paper all the way around. Then I gave you 2 of them that are rounded. So you can make a square box or the top that's rounded. Hopefully that makes sense. I also gave you this little piece so you can use a hole punch and punch your holes in. Okay, so you're actually getting 2 boxes today. I didn't know, it's just a personal preference if you would like to have the rounded edges or the square. I prefer the rounded. Leave me in the comments below. Do you like the rounded edges or do you like the squared? Leave me comments. I think it's, you know, for girls, I think it's cute because it's more feminine, but for boys, you might want to make a squared. So I gave you both. All right, so to win the card kit, just leave me a comment below saying you want to be entered in the card kit, and I will pick a winner tomorrow, Saturday, August 6th. Usually about 2 o'clock. That video will go live on my channel. So make sure you watch if you entered in any of this week's card kits. If you want to win one, make sure you watch on Saturday to see if you did in fact win. All right, so there you have it, my friends. Really cute little box. It measures about 2 by 2, so you can fit, you know, just a few little treats or trinkets in there and give to a girlfriend or make for a classroom. Just really cute little box. All right, any questions, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.